Beautiful people, we are on a boat for the first time in this interview series, and I'm here with Katia from Fintech Times, the Fintech Times.
Yes, the Fintech Times.
The Fintech Times, nice. It's like Financial Times.
It's much better though. It's
Much
for
better?
cool people.
For cool people. Why are Finance Times people not cool?
Because they're old and boring and bankers.
Okay, we are on a boat, how come?
Well, we were attending the launch of Starsis today. Not sure what was that place, but it was some kind of governmental place. And I saw the president of Malta.
And it's a stable coin. You must be an expert in fintech and also crypto. What's your opinion on stable coins?
Well, there is definitely some kind of future behind it. I'm not even sure whether I can name any success so far, but there's surely loads of them emerging.
So I don't know much about journalism, but I think every paper or every newspaper kind of has like a line or that it's following, or a vision that is following. So like a general opinion. What's the vision of Fintech Times?
Crypto takes over the world. Fintech is better than finance, and tech is cool. So I think that's kind of enough for the vision.
Can you talk about the current? So I mean, I think this is happening already.
What all these three things? That's true.
Not all. Yeah, I think it's all like they're all interconnected, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on a time scale, like, is it just a niche? I mean, it's definitely over, being just a hype, just a niche. It's definitely respected by even government entities now in Malta. But what's your opinion? How long will it take until I can pay my coffee in a shop with crypto? Until my bank is really open to it, or even until we have, even a government coin or something like that?
Well, give it 3 to 5 years, I think, and then all this kind of shift might finally happen. There will the mass of the projects will finally push it over the line, with the mass adoption. That's what I think is going to happen.
What do you see any, besides the economic benefits and faster transactions and maybe decentralized? Do you have any idea how this could also change our daily lives, or the way we see money, for example? Do you have any idea of that?
No idea. I mean, it's just that people will be used to being more. So the whole kind of question of anonymity in crypto is gone. It's rather the opposite. So you can trace pretty much everything. You can check pretty much everyone. Yeah. And I think that's going to be the new kind of future.
Yeah. So probably you can, when you live in your neighborhood and you already know what job your neighbor has. Now you also know the balance sheet, the account. Yeah. So, but I would say, look, I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. It would come maybe to a more honest way of living together. And like, it's. Today our society is based on envy and he has more. Maybe that would change.
Well, who knows, right? I mean, I think that envy will never change. It's just the kind of one of the bases of how societies kind of operate. They want you to want more. The moment you stop wanting more, you're kind of out of here. You're kind of out of this whole capitalist, hard-working ecosystem. So that will always be the case. You always want to own this boat. You will always want to own that champagne. You would always want to own the car, whatever.
Renting is much better.
Right, that's what we think. The millennials or whatever.
The moon is shining like a silver plate.
Probably golden.
It's golden? Yeah, it's supposed to be like a red supermoon tomorrow night. Actually, night 5 a.m. or something. Do you have any relations with werewolves, or do you make a special ceremony when it's full moon for crazy crypto community or something?
No, that's you. Crypto community is for you.
Okay. It looks like a silver plate, though. Do you believe there's still relevance for these, Bitcoin was designed basically as a digital gold. Do you think gold and silver as a backup solution for an eventual upcoming financial crisis would still be accepted by the mass of people?
I honestly can't really think about it, because it depends on what kind of crisis it's going to be. If it's commodities crisis, probably. But if there is like a fruit crisis, who would give a shit about gold? People would value, food and things that actually make sense for survival.
So it's good to have a garden.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay. I ask very, very difficult questions. Can I ask any simpler questions? So, what's your project about in terms of? So you have a really. Do you have it here somewhere? No, you have, it's a really beautiful newspaper. Like we made a photo with Giulio, and like it looks really cool. Yeah, because it's like Fintech Times.
Thank you.
And you feel like you sit in London and Manhattan and the finance district, and you read this newspaper, and you're on top of the world, and you actually are, right?
That's true. Yeah. So our paper is kind of on top of the whole kind of finance/tech kind of news, all the intersection between technology, which makes the money world function better or differently. This is what we cover. So we're trying to be on top of whatever is happening. And it's in London at the moment, and we launched in San Francisco this month. So we're going to be there as well now.
Any chance to get some copies to Malta?
Yeah, I think we should.
I take them.
For your club, yeah?
I deliver them by myself with the bicycle.
We don't need many, right?
Great. What do you think do your readers love most about your newspaper?
I think they love the fact that it's the actual interesting stuff, and it's kind of in-depth, credible news and credible opinions of the actual people who work in the industry, not some random journalists making up stories. We're not after stories as such. We're after the actual expertise. It's very B2B what we're doing. So it's very much read by businesses. It's very much about businesses. So it's not about scandals and bullshit. And I think that's what people like about us.
Is it about ICOs also?
Yeah, so we've got this insert which is called Global Token Review, which is all about tokens and ICOs and kind of tokenization and everything blockchain. And we do interview quite a few really interesting ICO projects for every edition. And these guys, Stasis, they're going to be in the next edition.
Nice. I think it's a perfect interview already. Maybe only the super silly question that you can possibly ask is a price prediction, of course. How do you personally see the next 12 months?
For what? For Bitcoin?
For Bitcoin, for others, whatever you want to.
I think Bitcoin probably will go up a bit, but I don't think it's going to hit the previous heights. I know people predict it to be like 200,000, but I don't think it's going to happen. It might go like 10, 12.
All right. Thank you so much for the interview. It was a real pleasure. Best of luck with the newspapers.
Thank you.
Subscribe at the fintechtimes.com.
Thefintechtimes.com. Yeah.
Cool. Thefintechtimes.com. Thank you. Buy Bitcoin, be free. No financial advice. See you in the next video.